Morning. We're back again. I'm on part 5, man. It's the last part that I want to entertain this whole black and white thing. And notice I said entertain. If that's a better way of creating a dialogue or getting, more and more people to talk about it, people that refer to themselves as whites, people that refer to themselves as blacks, the colors, this, that, and the third. Even Asians can join in on a lot of the hogwash we see in the world for as white supremacy. And again, like I say, I'm not convinced you'll be able to change everybody or everyone will change. But like I say, it's something that shouldn't go unnoticed. And again, for centuries, it's safe to say centuries, this been going on. And it's just quite obvious that we have the minority race that wants to be the superior race. So in doing so, exercising their power, the way they exercise their power, is why, again, I always say lie, steal, cheat. You have to lie, steal, and cheat to exercise power the way that white supremacists do. Alright, and that's my opinion. But like I say, for anyone with common sense, for anyone that use critical thinking, it's the obvious. I mean, here in the country I live in, America, and this is just America. We're not even talking South Africa. We're not even talking England. This is just over in America. I mean, cops shoot blacks on a regular. Not Asians, not whites. Not even the Spanish. And they closest to home. That's the brown skinned man, The blacks, they shoot on a regular, and they've been doing so for years. So it's like, again, my take is, if this is the dominant race, then this is who they see and recognize as the enemy. And therefore, this is our ideal target. This is who we have to keep at the bottom. And we can't allow to come up after all of what we did to these people that they know they did to my people, the Hebrews, the Africans, the Haitians, even Jamaicans, all of what they've done to us over the years. I think they have a fear of what might happen if this group of people were to come into power. Now, you'll say, man, how does this small group of people, gain so much power, such authority? Guns, guns, okay? Stealing, lying, cheating, all of that, all right? All of that, and that's not name calling. We're gonna call a spade a spade. Now, you got ignorant blacks out here who are very much indoctrinated, and they act up under the assimilation, all right, of white supremacy or white supremacists, all right. So we're not gonna just make it seem like, okay, it's just all of the whites' fault. Well, it is to an extent, meaning they have help. They done programmed a few of us, the weak-minded ones, and they got help. Hey, if you tell on your fellow man, here's an incentive. If you were to stop this person from getting to the next level, here's an incentive. It's like, damn. All right. So it's so much that go against us. I mean, even the system that was designed. I mean, you hear whites all the time, well, if you guys don't like it here in this country, why don't you leave and go back to Africa? And we keep telling these people, look, the country don't even belong to you guys. How the hell did Christopher Columbus discover America if the native was already here? He ain't discovered nothing. I mean, to his people, he discovered it, and therefore we know what happened to the natives. All right, it's in the history books. That's why, I'm curious to know, like, what the hell do they teach on the white side of town? And that's another thing in America. It's a such thing as the white side of town. You can go where it's just solely whites. And then you go over here, it's solely blacks, and it's like, again, with most of the areas, the majority of the black areas, we call them projects because someone is experimenting with us. If you lack education and lack finance, let alone social and economic, background, what the hell you think is gonna happen? Okay? And like I said in one of the other videos, okay, yeah, we'll free the slaves. If you free the slaves, who's gonna give them jobs? If you guys have the jobs, and I mean, slavery it's just slavery. We went from slavery to criminals. I don't know which one worse. You work the slaves for free, and they built the whole country. So how the hell are we gonna go back to a country when our ancestors fought and died for this one? Most of our ancestors fought. They bled, they sweated, they cried, even sung songs, rap songs, all of that. And like I say, most of what I'm talking about is documented. Go behind me. I'm just using basic convo. This is basic. I'm not trying to get all like, I guess it's safe to say intelligent and use all these nice fancy words to sword fight with you. All right, to sword fight with anybody. I just want to talk about the basic things that happen in this country and around the world when it comes to the blacks and the whites. All right. So again, if we should leave the country, you guys should leave the country. All right. And for the few natives that are left here, let them have their land back. All right. Look at what goes on in South Africa. The whites are mad that the blacks want their country back. I mean, this is their native land. The whites came down and they tried to rob these guys. So again, that's why I go back to lie, steal, and cheat. All right? Most blacks, when it comes to Christianity, that form of religion, no one was up under no Christianity, in the past. All right? The Europeans brought that about, So again, if we got a government that would bamboozle us and take advantage, why are they gonna give us the right religion and the right education? They're not. They're gonna lie. They're gonna steal and they're gonna cheat. And it's not being harsh. All right, and that's the reason for talking about it. Because things can change. If it's not that way and we all equal or we all loving people, why can't we talk about it? They don't like to talk about it, because they know what's going on. And like I said in the beginning, if you have all of these white officers shooting these blacks, like how, as they've been doing for years, is it because they fear the blacks? Or is it because they don't like them? It's one or the other. You're not just gonna sit here and tell me for years and years, decades, that you go around shooting the blacks. I mean, come on. It's like, either you fear for your life and you're scared of these people for whatever reason. Only you guys know the reason. Or either you don't like them and it stems from hatred. Okay? So yeah, like I say, it's no different from the Matrix. Every time I think of black and white, I think of the movie The Matrix. I mean, even when you think of the checkerboard, black and white, the different dimensions. We're definitely in different dimensions, I tell you. Because no one in hell, it's like Agent Smith said, Agent Smith just didn't want to live. I don't think things was looking up to this guy, as an agent. Things wasn't looking up to this guy at all, to the point, his whole thing is, if I can just destroy the mainframe, hey, maybe I'll be free. You know, but it's something that goes on in the world of these people that possess so much hate. You know, it's something that, you know, goes on in their world that, I mean, again, if we're not talking about it, we can't dissect it, create a dialogue, then we only left to believe that, you know, again, that is just the natural makeup of this being. You know, and like one of the videos I mentioned, the avatar, you know, and you know, you got a group of people living in harmony, got a great respect, you know, for everything that's around them, all of the living organisms, even the trees, you know, and they have their belief system, you know, and their studies down pat. And like I say, and you got this other group of people who's fixing to lie, steal, and cheat. Ooh, they got this. We get over here and take this. We'll be this much powerful and stronger, and we can control the people. And control the people, like, it's like Pink and Brain. These folk trying to find every goddamn way to take over the world and run the world, and not doing the best job at all. For anyone who think that they are, you are up under the assimilation. You are heavily indoctrinated. Look at all of the water we don't poison. All right, we got the technology, we got the know-how to make things a lot better when it comes to recycling, when it comes to renewable energy, when it comes to pretty much feeding the whole planet. We got all of what it takes to do the right thing, but are we doing the right thing? So it's almost like this mentality, we have to hurt you to heal you. No, you don't have to do that. Something is wrong. Just like the lady said in Avatar, you're like a child. You don't know any better. It's obvious, all right? You don't know any better. You're like a child, okay? Ever since the 1600s, the Dark Ages, ever since this, well, they probably, yeah, ever since this group of people been in power, shit just go wrong. I mean, it just go wrong. Like, I mean, is this some coincidence? Like, I don't even believe in coincidence. Like, it just go wrong. No one, you know, like wildlife. I mean, look at the animals. I mean, like, we're killing off everything. I mean, it goes back to the subliminal messages. Subliminal message you get from Avatar, the subliminal message you get from the Matrix. And those like two of my favorites when it comes to what was being exposed in those films. And again, like Agent Smith said, man, I mean, it's like a virus, all right? Leave one place, like just consume all of what they can consume here, then leave and go to another place and try and conquer and consume that. Now it's like, okay, whoever owned NASA, like building this hunk of metal to go out into space, what the fuck you doing out there? So I guess you running from all of the shit that done got fucked up down here. But don't nobody see anything wrong. These people, it's like a diversion, man. Like they just doing so much wrong, but they don't even know it. They don't even know it. So therefore they acting up under the assimilation. They don't even fucking know it. They think a lot of you know, people, citizens or strawmans think that, okay, these are my ideas, you know, this is the way I feel. Man, you got a group of people telling your ass how to feel. They controlling the media. This is how you get all of your information, or most of your information, when you don't exercise critical thinking and you don't use your brain, you know. So all of the answers are within. But you keep looking out, you know. Okay, I need a book to tell me this. I need a book to tell me that. No, the answers are within. If you know how to, you know, seek and you'll find. If you ask, it shall be given. If you knock, you know, he shall answer. You know, the answers are right there up under your nose. Internal, all right? Internal, not external, all right? Now, it can reflect, but like I said, I'm not going to go that deep with you guys. But yeah, I can go for days. You know, I just need you guys to chime in. You know, we'll talk about it. We have to talk about it. You know, we can talk about pledging allegiance to a war flag when most of us don't even want to go to war. No, nobody see anything wrong with that. You know, so like I say, It's a beast out there, man. It's a real monster out there. It's something out there, boss, and it ain't no man. What we up against is not no man. Yeah, I'm talking about this is a real beast, man. I'm talking about I can't say I was gonna say the Grays, you know, like District 9, man. Look, I wish they would go. I wish they would just go. You know, yeah, man. I'm talking about it's just so much, man. One of us.